Hello, my name is Andrea Jackson from Nu Gnu, and using the latest Ofsted regulations as our boundaries, we support training providers to feel comfortable during inspections on their business. We ask questions to find out the impact of that provision on learners, employers and staff. We then support the businesses to improve the provision impact. So today I'm going to be talking about our new post, which is called Nu Gnu and what we do, which is basically about the startup of our business and what we do. I'm aware that there's been an awful lot of lives going out. I'm aware of that because I'm doing them. But I don't think we've pieced all of the bits together to show actually what we're about. So I thought I'd put that to bed today. Okay, then. So we've been going for 7 months. We started in May. And during that time, obviously, with any new business, it's been very much a learning curve, a roller coaster, if you want to say. Although roller coaster to me always thinks that there's going to be a really good high and then a really bad low. And I haven't actually found that. What I've found is that actually taking that huge step to come out of salary staff, being a salaried staff member, of which I've done for since the 90s, coming out and working for myself. It's been interesting, and I mean interesting. I don't mean challenging. I mean interesting in the fact that I've learned so much about people, about structures. I've got lots of education behind me that's sort of led me up to this path, but I think sort of roller coaster it hasn't been. I would say dunes, sand dunes, in the fact that there has, I mean, there's been amazing highs. I mean, we've got a first customer, which is fantastic. We've done lots of pilots to check our systems. They've all worked. We've put our concept before external verifiers, before management, before training providers, and we've had some fantastic feedback and interesting feedback and useful feedback. I've spent the time working with training providers so that I could home in on what we did to ensure that it was useful. So it's been a seven-month journey, and this is where we are. So we're here, we're ready to go. So what I want to do is to take you through actually what it is that we do. So what we are about is not about making a training provider Ofsted ready. We don't believe in that. We actually think that quality comes without somebody looking at it. I think it was Gerald Ford who said that, but he said it more succinctly than that, I've got to say, because it goes on a poster, and the way I've just said it would not go on a poster. So basically it's the learner at the heart of everything all of the time. I was speaking to somebody when I was drafting this concept, and somebody said to me that, why are you concentrating on the learners? You should be concentrating on the person that pays, and I went, well, actually it's, if you get the learner and employer experience right, you've pretty well cracked it. And I think that's because that's the way the EIF inspection goes now, which I think is marvelous. Couldn't have come at a better time. I have to say I have been through an EIF inspection, which started the ball rolling really. So let me tell you what we actually do. So what we have is a random sample of learners or employers or staff members, and we ask questions based on the EIF inspection framework. The reason why it's really useful to get somebody that is outside of an organisation is the fact that we have no agenda. So that when we're talking to, say, a learner, we just accept the answer. Now, I know that I have been in that position where I have spoken to a learner, and the learner has explained about something, something that happened. And I've said, oh, well, the reason for that is blah, 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 because I knew what was happening. But actually, we don't do that. We just accept what they say, and we go, okay, then we'll write that down. We record all of the interviews. Obviously, we get the permission of the person that's we're having the conversation with. And I have to say, with all of the regulations, everything's encrypted and it's on G Drive, so it's all absolutely secure. So we speak to them and we pull out information, and if we see something that's there's a theme, we'll obviously inform people. Do you know what? This seems to be happening now. For the training provider, we have a liaise. There's a liaise always, and there'll be a link to all our reports out. So what we've spoken to, it gets transcribed, because I know that people that are listening to this live, when you see the words underneath, it probably bears no relation to what I'm saying at the moment. Normally, at this moment, I am Sandra Jackson at Gnu, or Nu Gnu, because that's what transcriptions are like now. So what we have is somebody that actually listens to the recording and physically types it down into the boxes of where the questions are. From them, we have a report, and the reports are linked to the liaise of the training provider. So we say, right, today we have spoken to this person and this is what they've said. And now this is the bit that we can then interpret what they've said to how what it will mean to the training provider. Bearing in mind, though, that they've always got, the liaise has got access to those transcriptions. Okay, so they can see what the learner has said. Okay, then, so after that, then we can see that there's a theme coming through, and we're talking to the liaise and we're saying, do you know what, this seems to be an ongoing problem. And they come back and go, yeah, okay, what we're going to do is X, Y, Z. Do you want us to focus on? Yes, we'll deep dive on this. So that's what we'll do. We'll sort of slightly change the focus, because it meets everybody's needs. At the end of it, we produce a report and we say, okay, this is a sample. These are the findings that we have found, and this is what you need to do about it. And this is draft, because we're speaking to the liaise managing director at this point. And we go through and we sort of make a bit of a plan about what needs to be done. Because from my point of view, I'm talking just to them from the learner. Whatever the staff members or whatever anybody's saying, do you know what, this is what your learners are saying. So then we can come up with a spreadsheet, a plan. These are the things, this is what you need to do, which will enable you to do a project. Now, what we're finding with one of the training providers that we did a pilot with, we're now on we're being retained, so we keep going in to keep checking. So anything that's happening, hey, we've got a new whatever, we can go in and we can say, do you know what, it's working or it's not. So we can do two things. We can do one-off inspections or inquiries, as we call them, or we can do several. And it may be that as a training provider, you've got a new induction that you now feel covers the learner's needs. You've got an initial assessment that absolutely squarely shows the learner that they're on the right course and anybody else who cares to look. Those are the sorts of things that we can look at. So basically, that's what we do. Nu Gnu, what we do. If you think about, if there are any questions about how we got the name, it just rhymed, and it means nothing. So we actually thought we could do anything, basically we can go anywhere we want. And what we have found is, from the beginning where we were talking about just inspections, it turns out that actually this retainer process or task is actually very, very useful. So anything that we find is useful, that's where we'll go. So that's where we're at the moment. Now, at the moment, we have an offer. Woo! We have an offer of a 20% discount for the first 4 training providers that contact us for support and book in an inquiry for January and February. Now, we've already got one for February, which means there are 3 left. There's 2 for January, which I have to say it's getting tight now. And we've got 1 left for February. So if you want to contact us on the ticket tape that's been running through all the way, Andrea at nugnu.com, or you can contact us on our website, which is www.nu-gnu.com. So that's it. Thank you so much for the ones that have been live. Thank you. And also for the ones that will be listening to this in their own time with their feet up, drinking a cup of coffee at the end of the day. Again, thank you so much. I'm just giving a tilt to our Christmas decorations that we've started. We've had a new group discussion today that's about Christmas wishes. I'm not too sure. I'm not really into Christmas yet. I do think that the 2nd of December is a bit early, although I have to say that there is some of my neighbours. I'm looking, because I'm looking outside, actually. I've got a window. There are lots of my neighbours that are actually have already got their Christmas decorations up. So maybe, who knows? So as I say, if you want to contact us, contact me on Andrea at nu-gnu.com or on our website. We're also obviously on Facebook. We've got a Nu Gnu Facebook page and a LinkedIn page that you can go, and you can, on our Facebook page, we've actually got a little follow button, which I'm really pleased about, because I'm just getting to grips with Facebook's technology, because it keeps changing. So anyway, so as I say, thank you very much. And if you want to contact me, Andrea at nu-gnu.com or our website, and we will definitely speak to you soon. Okay, you take care, guys. Bye.